Good to see you. As always, you're looking regal. I love your outfit. That's nice.
Charlie, I'm coming before you. This is your palace, Charlie. So
you've got to look the part.
I have to come with some baye.
Sa any akwaba wa be ye pa. Uba ensa. Mimi palace no what dresses me. Hey. Then I see. Uba me palace a what dresses me. Beja kunyane. Now, I'm really happy you're here. Today we are actually taking a very interesting twist to our conversation.
Yeah.
The past couple of weeks, we've been looking at the untold stories of heroes and sheroes of Ghana, Gold Coast, and we've learned a bit about our history. But today, I want us to look at a very interesting phenomenon, one that needs to be addressed, because I know a lot of people are raising their kids and their kids can't speak any Ghanaian language. Ye mu bi no yetimi kan ye twi no kakrakra ebi nso timi kan mon kran aigbe no, yeah, but really there's a trend where English becomes people's first language. A lot of young kids start speaking English before they even get to understand their local language. But I understand that there are some dangers associated with losing your mother tongue. This is Ghana month. Inti yanye kasano, you can be far from kakra ni ade. But really, are there any dangers with losing your mother tongue? I mean,
well, Lexis, I'm glad you brought this subject up. I'm really, really glad you brought this subject up, because we have now treated language as some noise you make out of your mouth. No, you know. So. And if that is all it is, they are. And you send your bro food American French and American, that's still out in Massintino. Let's go. But no, you see, once you lose your mother tongue, you've lost your identity, you've lost your morals, and you've lost your wisdom.
How so? Are you saying that all these values, morals, and all cannot be transcribed or translated into different languages and still hold the value that they hold?
Not necessarily, because normally when you borrow a language, you borrow the language and its culture and its morals and its wisdom. And it may be good for those people, and I'll tell you why later, but not necessarily for you. Look, today, a little child, playfully will tell, oh, daddy, you're silly. Oh, daddy, don't be silly. Because Peppa Pig will tell daddy Pig, oh, daddy Pig, you're silly. It is okay in that language. In our language, daddy, oh, boo, daddy, olu, daddy, wejimi. No, to me in Kasa, your culture. And we borrowed the language from our forebears. Our forebears, they started like from the beginning of time. So in that language is your pride, your heritage, your wisdom, your morals, your ancestry, in that language. So if you take something like Twi 4 have this thing, say Twi, kasa, ye Twi, it's a polished language. So Twi people will refer to any language that is not Twi, say a Potokasa, which means it's a rough language. When I was growing up, I thought it was a bit tribalistic and everything, but I realized that no. In every, like the guys who say okole and show that, like, does your canoe float? Does your canoe float? So in every language, they built in a certain pride for the people. To say that if I can speak Ghana, feel Nana Krautin can show. Just say, my boat floats. It's a positive thing. I speak a language that's polished. So every tribe had a positive thing on their language for the people to own. Now, you see, you don't get your morals or your wisdom because you went to school or because you went to church. Look, you don't insult your mother because your teacher said that. It is built in your core. It is in you. It's not because you went to church or the Bible said this or the Quran said that. So once you are losing your language, all these codes and wisdoms, and with all our degrees today, PhDs today, how many proverbs have we added to what we came to meet? How many Adinkra patterns have we added to the ones we came to? So all those wisdoms, we came to inherit it. And even me as a chief, I don't know all the Adinkra symbols. Because I get along with English na yeko. But if you study the proverbs and the morals and everything in a language, subtly you are conditioned. meaning you don't denigrate your town. So they don't necessarily come to you in your face to say, no, but they are little subtle proverbs that gives you wisdom and broadens your horizon. I mean, one powerful is one more young very powerful, which means you, at every given time, you should aid somebody to do even more than what you have done. And if we all are going to aid the next generation to do more than what we did, can you imagine a country we would have inherited? Better than what, and then we make it better for the other. So once you lose your language and you're speaking French or English, it's fine. But bear in mind that English people operate on a code of guilt. We operate on the code of shame.
Now, what do you mean by that?
So the accounts will say, so our fear is that we'll be shamed, your name will be tarnished, the family will be tarnished. That's how come, I think last time I said that if somebody does something bad in a family, it's something, it even affects the next generation when they are going into marriage.
Yeah, I think we use that example of when if they beat a woman.
If you beat a woman, if you commit suicide, all those things are in your family. It affects you, when you're moving on to go get married. However, the language that we speak, they are more of a guilty people. Like they say, if you're going to bath, don't sing. If you sing, your mom will die. So there's a clause attached to it. The clause is attached because we are not a guilty person. I'll go, if nobody is there, I'll sing. Because we'll be here. If there were white people, they'll just say, don't sing. Jane will go in there, sing, come back 2 days later and go to his dad, I need to tell you something. Yesterday when I was bathing, I was singing. Please forgive me. I'll be here. But guilt. I mean, we watch them every day. Serial killer. I'll show you where the bodies are. If you don't give me a life sentence. Blah, blah, blah. No way. You see, but that's how God made us.
Okay.
And so when our forebearers were making laws and morals and everything, they put all those into consideration. Once you lose it, it's gone. The system in which you name somebody, and so community So in the day of the naming, the immediate community should be present to witness. So they say, Ama Bekayan, Kufia Bekayan, Tuhuna, Tiano. So once you're losing your language, community so when the child grows, he owes allegiance to no one to keep that name sacred. Once you lose your language, Jack, and yet there be a few and stand back and ask yourself sometimes, like governmental decision, and you think, hey, last year, ABC. If we had done wake a crabia anka and can Sibium, but we lived through it because we've lost who we are. The spirit of never again.
I want to know what you think, you listening to me now. I want to know what your thoughts are about this. You can send us a WhatsApp message on 055-1111-997, or you can call in on 0302-216-541. With regards to the example you made with the proverbs, I mean, one would say that if it's about proverbs and, things representing our indigenous knowledge, it's easily translatable. I mean, all our proverbs, we can find the English versions of it, and they could be transmitted without losing its, inherent meaning. So it shouldn't be a problem.
It will lose its meaning because where you borrowed the language from and how it is that you were taught it doesn't make any sense in there. So it will lose it. And there are certain, proverbs that, bringing it back into English becomes even difficult. You forget about it. And you see, once you've borrowed the language and you borrowed the culture, you then have to follow that culture rather than yours. So language, Lexis, I mean, we are collapsing everything that it is God gave us by speaking somebody's language. I'm telling you, we are literally and slowly denigrating everything that God gave us by simply losing your mother tongue. If all your secrets are in there, all your morals. Look, you don't get morals in church or school or anything. It's from your ancestry. And if you have lost your language, you've lost your ancestry. Yeah, if you lose your language, you've lose your ancestry. And as soon as you replace your ancestry, you're done.
Okay, if you have our friends want to join the conversation, let me get on the phone line. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Hi, good evening. What's your name?
Jamaki.
Hi, Jamaki. Welcome. Literally.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, I'm guilty as charged.
You're guilty.
I'm guilty when it comes to the languages with my kids.
Okay.
But the thing is, way back from school, you hear teachers saying, stop speaking vernacular. If you speak vernacular, you pay 10 pesos. So it's like everybody was trying to speak English, and then we ended up forgetting how to speak our own. Because you speak vernacular in class, and teacher will lash you. Monka brofo, speak English, speak English, speak English. So we grew up, and we got stuck to it. We go home and we speak English with our parents. You understand? So I think that's where it started from. But then I'm saying that if the schools will also help in teaching more languages in the school, it will help. Because my kid, for instance, my son is able to read Chi. Yeah, Evers. My son is able to speak Chi. He's able to write Chi very well. He's in basic 3.
Okay.
And I feel proud when I see him doing that.
Yeah.
So maybe more languages introduced to the schools will also help, and we'll try our very best to also add up to what the teachers are teaching them in school.
Jamaki, thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome.
All right. Let's see who's here as well. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, welcome. What's your name?
I'm Daniel Ajetokan.
All right, Daniel, talk to me.
Yeah, I think it's a very good thing you are discussing. But I believe we Ghanaians too, sometimes we I don't know how to put it. When others speak the Ghanaian language that you don't speak, people frown on it. And it's a problem.
How do you mean?
I'll give you a typical example. I went to a program, I spoke a little Ga and spoke a little Twi. When I continue with the Ga, somebody rose and said, no, I should speak Twi. I said, no, Twi is not my language. I'm a Ga. But I can speak a little Twi. And you don't have a problem because after speaking the Ga, I translate into Twi. But he got offended, and it was like he had even wanted to walk away from the program.
I see.
You get it? So we ourselves, we are downgrading our own language. You go to a school and they are teaching Ga. There are other tribes there. They don't want to learn the Ga. Are you getting it? But we learn French. We in our universities now we are learning Chinese. But our own Ghanaian language we are not learning. And I believe if you're a Ghanaian, at least you should learn and speak about 5 for our Ghanaian languages. So that's my take on what you are discussing.
Thank you so much. We're grateful that you came in. Yeah.
Is it not interesting how we will learn all these perfect English? A Chinese will come here, doesn't speak anything, sets up this big factory, and we are happy to work with him, with all our perfect English, but he's making the money and he's creating things and setting up a factory. So it tells you that
he doesn't speak one English.
Go, come. Unfortunately, he brings a translator to translate, and we are happy to work with him with our perfect English.
Jamaki made a point about, the educational system.
Educational system there, I think from year 1 to year 10, class 3, class 4 there, whichever region in which you are, the education should be taught in the predominant language there. So if you go to school in Accra, from kindergarten to class 3, class 4, maybe class 5 there,
But therein lies the challenge, because I'm not sure all the teachers will be able to deliver the modules in the languages.
So once you are in school as a teacher, knowing, say, this is a policy, say from kindergarten to class 4, you should have to be taught in the language that you speak. It's a 3 penalty. You should be in the Eastern region or Ashanti region. Looking for a teaching job.
My issue is delivering the modules in the language. I mean, photosynthesis.
That is why our language is not growing. You see, so our language, we are not developing our language anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, the English have now gone to Google, Yahoo. So some, I mean, what was it? When we were growing up, what was Google? But today, it has become a word we can all Google it.
Yeah.
So we should now come up with our words.
Okay, interesting.
Yes.
Let me get on the phone line. Hello?
Hello, Lexis, good evening.
Good evening, dear. What's your name?
My name is Amma Dede.
Amma, talk to us.
Yes, yeah. I think we are all corporate to this, so me in particular, because my kids cannot speak my language, and I even feel shy. But then you see, I speak every, and they go to school and they do cheat, and so when they bring the assignments, some of us struggle to teach them. But I have noticed one thing, that in their school, they dedicate one day to only vernacular, Chi speaking, and then one other day to French.
Okay.
And so I think if we encourage that, it will make the kids learn the language as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amma, thank you so much, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
We shouldn't be afraid that, or be so paranoid about the children speaking as though they were the queen. We should just, if you can get by. You see, because once you lose your language, you can't develop. Which other country do you know in this world that has developed? Say, they are Japanese, they are developing on French, or French who are developing on an Indian Hindi. You can only develop in your language.
Okay. Hello?
Hello, Lexis.
Yes, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Ni Pakpo.
Ni, go ahead.
Yes, you see, last Omowo, my friend invited me over to their family house at Osu. And I got there, and I was so scandalized that kids whose parents once lived there and have gone away are back into the community or the family house because of the Omowo were speaking English in the family house where their grandmothers and uncles and aunties are all around and they can't communicate in the Ga language. And I felt so bad that why should it be like that? You see, in the era when we are naming Inshira and Adom and all that, that is when parents are speaking English with their kids at home. It is so sad. Let them speak their native languages at home and then go and speak the English in school. Because I don't agree with that suggestion that when they should be taught in their native languages and the local languages in school.
Why?
Because if a Dagomba girl comes to Accra and goes to school in Accra, why should she be taught or be instructed in Ga?
But it's okay to be instructed in English.
Do we have to assume that all the teachers, the mathematics teacher, the French teacher, the geography teacher, all of them speak Ga? Do we assume that? You see, so
the English is like a common place for everybody.
Exactly. So let them speak English in the school. Come home, parents speak native languages with them at home.
But why not a common local language?
It will be difficult because Ghana has over 40 languages. So which one do we pick?
So we should choose English.
Nana was speaking about. Yeah, last week I was listening to a debate on radio where it was not actually a debate. The radio presenter was saying that national anthem is God bless our homeland Ghana. And I asked my friend I was driving with that Yenaya Assassini and all the others, what happened to them?
Interesting thoughts. Thank you so much for calling in. Sarjit says, Lexis, could you imagine my auntie rebuked me for speaking Dangme with my kids? She was like, you a teacher, speaking Dangme with my kids. But I never mind. I'm an Ada and my wife is an Akan and my kids can speak very good Dangme and very good Chi as well. Okay. I think we've got a caller here. Hello?
All the best. Hello, Lexis.
Hi, what's your name, bro?
Yeah, I'm George.
All right, George.
For the sake of this, let me call. I'm Tete.
Okay, Tete.
I'm Tete, born and bred in Kumasi.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, the fact is that I'm a teacher. But like Nana said, actually, GS of this model, when you are being transferred, you are being before you are posted to a school, there is a column on the forms that you indicate the native language that you speak. And that helps them to post you to a place that you can teach those other language. Assuming you are put in a primary, like Nana said. But it's not working. It's not working. I'm guilty of this. I'm a Krobo. My wife happened to be a Krapen. And you know what? My kids cannot speak. I tried everything possible. I took them to Krobo girls. They came and they can say, come, go. That's all. It's a problem. But like one of the callers said, you see, we didn't develop our language earlier. We didn't foresee some of these things. If we had done that, like photosynthesis, how will you put down photosynthesis in Krobo? Oh boy. Man. My children cannot speak. I feel so bad. Trust me.
Thank you so much,
Lexis,
Tete.
How many hours do you, as a parent, spend with your child? They are by 6:30. They've left home. They get to school. All their instructions are in English. They bring homework. All the homework is in English. They watch Peppa Pig. They watch Paw Patrol. They watch this. It's all in English. So your time with them, it's so short for them to pick up your language. It's too short. Probably just a quarter of the time in their life, in a day life, that you get to interact with them, if even. Otherwise, they will speak English because everything, the cartoons, everything is in English. So it's very difficult, because that's the predominant language they are hearing. So unless the time in which that child is in school, and why are you scared that Ombante Brofu? Chinese if we are making Omate Brofu, India for Lebanese for Omate Brofu. What have they lost in life because they couldn't speak English? But we work for them. We work for them from national to private. Sign no hydro or the brofu neighbor. And so before box I think nako. So we should break away from that paranoia that if you don't speak English, you're finished. So we focus all on speaking the English and the culture. Everything that's ours is lost.
Nana is on point. This is from Sam Tinkran, my brother. He said development is linked to the way you think. And we think firstly in our mother tongue before we speak. Right. Lexis, this is a great discussion. Even our system of governance is a borrowed one. No vernacular instruction in our schools has really affected our culture. This, coupled with the mindset that everything of us is not good and every traditional right is fetish, is also a problem. It is those harmful traditional practices like FGM and others that must be done away with, not our languages. Okay, we are our own cause. Our schools demonize the speaking and teaching of our Ghanaian languages. How many of us took the study of Ghanaian languages seriously in the secondary school? In fact, policy makers at the onset of educational system struck out the study of Ghanaian languages at the secondary schools. Once we neglected our languages, we neglected our culture. And Nana is on point, and that's from Frederick from Pombefi in Oyibi Estates. Okay, Frederick, thank you so much. Wow, lots of messages in here. I wish I could read all of them.
One. But today, if you hire somebody to come and work in your house, and the speaking speaks Aigbe and Twi, anytime they are speaking Aigbe, you tell me, hey, when I'm here, speak Twi. Because I want to hear what you're saying. When schools were set up by the whites and the missionaries, they want us in the school to speak English so that they know what we are talking about. But when they left and now we are managing the school, what is the point in speaking English all the time? So what is this dead set, don't speak vernacular? Those days are gone.
The conversation continues and the debate will rage on wherever you are. I'm sure you guys are having a very big debate about this, but hey, I think Nana's on point on this. I'm grateful, Nana, that you came by today as well. It's been a very revealing one. We should do it again next week, yeah? Oya Kehiri, Nana Ansah Kwao IV, here on Joy 99.7 FM. I'm Lexis Bill, and this has been our Drive Chat. I've got a special song I'll play for you after the news.